I'm a firm believer in your network is more important than your net worth by miles. Because if you got money, that'll open the door, but that doesn't mean you can get through that door. Your network will. What was your funny story about how you had everything going?
Go ahead and share your secret tip for people, and then I'll share the story.
Awesome. Yes, my number one tip for anyone starting out.
What's up, guys? I'm here with Chase, who is going to share his honest results selling on Amazon in 1 year, how much he did in sales. At the very end, he's going to share how much he did in profit. And if you guys stay to the very end, he's going to give you his number one sourcing technique. But Chase, if you want to take us back a step and tell us how you got into selling on Amazon, what was like a TikTok you saw, like what got you excited about selling books, and what other opportunities did you think of before? And then, just kind of walk us through your journey a little bit.
Yeah, perfect. So I originally did a marketing agency, and I was always struggling with the marketing. And I really found out pretty quick that marketing is one of the hardest parts of business. So I was at the gym and I met this guy who did Amazon, and he was doing good numbers, anywhere from 20 to 40,000 a month. And I ended up connecting with him, working for him for about 2 to 3 months, learning the ins and outs. And he helped me get my own stuff started. And that's when I realized Amazon is one of the best models you can do, given how competitive marketing is nowadays. They dominate 40% of the e-com space. All you got to do is supply or provide the inventory, and then you make a profit for being a middleman. It's a very good business model, especially for younger or older people just looking to make a good amount of money on the side. Upfront work, back end, all managed by them. So,
And so what did he do? The 20 to 40K guy. What was he selling?
He was doing books. So books were the way he got started. He started it in college, and he ended up transitioning to doing some retail arbitrage and some online arbitrage. And now what he does is about a 50-50 split of all his inventory, if I had to guess. Majority books, half books, and then half different OA products. But when we first started working together, we didn't use GoTo, and then we did some research to figure out a better, efficient method to get the books out, given we were getting anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 per week. So we did some research, we found GoTo, and it sped up the process. It cut the time in half, if not saved a 2/3 pricing. So we ended up using GoTo, and we were balancing books and products. And when I started my own store, he taught me how to source by going to libraries, going to Goodwills, and even using local apps like Facebook and Nextdoor. Those were really good because we were able to go out there, pick up books, and then library sales, go out there, on specific days and get a ton of books, scanning, bring them back, sit down, spray scan them with GoTo, label, send them out, and then just copy and repeat the process until got up to the numbers we liked.
Nice. So he kind of knew that you were thinking of Amazon during the whole time.
Yeah.
He was training you. That's cool.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you work for him. You're going out. You're finding products. You're learning about it yourself. What point did you start doing it yourself?
About the second or third month of us working together, I realized that what he was teaching was so valuable, and I genuinely do appreciate him so much. And we ended up figuring out a different type of mutual agreement that we could put in place, where he had a community, and he would help me create my own store. I helped him create and further grow his own store, but he helped me set up mine, and I guess in return, I would help him promote his community, get people in, get them excited, and be like a sales rep in a sense for him. So it was a mutual benefit, and he helped me get it to where I needed to get my store to be fully running. But when I got into doing books, it was just the eyes into Amazon. Like it was as a step through the door. It's just like, this is how you start Amazon, to help me understand the ins and outs so I could do the process better. And then when I was getting into products, like a lot of people want to get into, it's still extremely good and they'll be successful with it. I just think doing books, CDs, you're going to make more money just given the logistics are simple, unless you have like a brand connection.
Yeah, as long as you send in good stuff. And so were you able to learn pretty quickly and send in good stuff? Like how much money did you invest, and when did you start seeing like cash flow positive numbers?
Yeah, I would say within my second month, I was already positive. I mean, your expenses are so low. I mean, you have the Amazon account, you have the equipment, the printer and the scanner and some of the labels. So your total startup cost is like under $1,000. right? And that's before you're paying for shipping, but shipping's only 50 to 200 depending how much you ship out. And you're able to spend under $1,000 to make your first 1,000 profit within your second or third month. And no other business model out there is as simple as Amazon and is as easy to get into with all the help there is online. I mean, you have so many helpful videos that we looked at when we first started on how to run the systems, different advice, even like us talking right now. It's helping people who are interested into getting into it, learn the ins and outs and learn like the little company secrets in a sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was profitable by my second or third month, I would say.
Nice. And what software are you using? What are you going out? And you said you're going to thrift stores. You're doing pickups. At the end, we're going to share your number one technique.
Yeah.
A little funny story. I got a funny story to share with you too about that.
Yeah, I want to hear that one.
Yeah, but tell us about like the software and like, are you just using your phone to scan? Did you get like a Bluetooth scanner?
So we were using Scoutly because we saw one of your videos that mentioned using Scoutly. So we would just like wake up on a Saturday morning. If there was a book sale, we would go to the book sale, spend about 3 to 4 hours scanning and going through all the books they had out on display, and walk away with whatever we walked away with. Ended up coming back to his place, and we would set everything up, stack all the books high, and go one by one and get our scanner and just scan the barcode. And we would just keep doing that. And then whenever there wasn't library sales, we would just go to Goodwill's and keep the process going. So Scoutly, go-to lister were the best methods. We never used the phone to scan it into Amazon. We just preferred go-to because they do the pricing as well. So saves you the pricing, easy scan. And yeah, I mean, Scoutly and go-to were the two biggest softwares we use.
Pretty simple starting out just with your phone.
Yeah, very.
If you want to, you don't even need the scanner. You can just use your phone to scan. Like Scoutly's got pretty good technology just to scan.
It has really good technology. The ISBN scanner, that's really cool.
Yeah, so you can scan the barcode, and you can also scan the ISBN like actual number too. So it's called OCR, but that's
OCR. Yeah. What was your funny story about how you had everything going?
Go ahead and share your secret tip for people, and then I'll share the story. What up, guys? Just want to make this quick interjection. Books and Beyond conference is going down in Vegas. It's the only bookselling Amazon FBA bookselling event of the year. So be sure to grab tickets below. The price is only going to go up. And I'm such a huge believer in this because what got me into entrepreneurship and what got me into e-commerce was selling books on Amazon. And I remember back in 2018, I went to my first ever bookselling conference. It doesn't exist anymore, but my mentor put it on and it changed my life. I met millionaires. I met people crushing it selling books. I met people crushing it selling other products, and it just completely shifted my mindset. So one of the best gifts you can give yourself is surround yourself by other people crushing it. And the energy is just palpable at these events. The connections you're gonna make, you're gonna meet people just like you who are doing 10x the profit you are. We're gonna have the biggest eBay seller in there, maybe even the biggest Amazon seller. He's probably top 5 Amazon, and tons of millionaire booksellers and just online arbitrage booksellers, all different types of people. And you know, I do Miami Sellers Conference, which you should also get tickets to, but this is special. It's bookselling focused. So would love to see you there. I truly think that this is the biggest thing you can do to have success in this game. All my friends now sell on Amazon. It wasn't that way starting out, but I'd do a quick phone call and hear how my friend did 80,000 profit last month. And for me, like, that's the new norm. And when I started this, I didn't know shit. I was happy to do 1,000 sales a month, but going to events like the bookselling events I used to go to, I met people doing 300,000 a month in textbooks, and it really shifted my mindset and took me to the next level. So if you guys want to give yourself that gift, be sure to get tickets before they go up in price. Much love. See you in Vegas.
Awesome. Yeah. So my number one tip for anyone starting out is obviously we can sell books on Amazon. So where can we get a lot of books? Me and a few buddies would get together, and I lived in the DMV. So that's DC, Maryland, and Virginia. One of us would be in Maryland, one of us would be in DC, and one of us would be in Virginia. We would all have a car, made sure it's completely empty, seats down. We would go around and go to little free libraries, and we'd be opening them up, looking through, finding books that were in pretty good condition, and we would take those books and put them in our car, stack them. And after about 3 to 4 hours of that, we would in total have anywhere from 1,000 to 2,500 books in a matter of 3 to 4 hours as a whole group. And what any books we didn't like, we would end up going back to these libraries and restocking them, along with a lot of the Goodwill duds that we originally thought were good. We just go back, restock the little free libraries. So we were just like rinsing, repeating the process and helping kind of spread the new books around to the new neighborhoods was like the way we like to say it.
And you said you got some dirty looks because you're pulling up these free libraries and loading them. And then initially you're not putting anything back initially. So it looks like you're just like robbing them, which we are. That's why I always say if people do that, like it's nice. If you want to do it the best way possible, bring up the books first that you know are duds, but they're like Harry Potter, Twilight, people want, and then take the textbook or whatever is in the free library that's going to sell on Amazon for a lot that arguably the community really wants. But my funny story is we used to do, Caleb Roth used to do these bookseller meetups, Turn the Page. We got our own coming up in October, Books and Beyond.
Awesome.
Should come. Chase will be speaking there.
Awesome. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, these events, they were even like more low key than what we do at Books and Beyond. Like we would just get an Airbnb and invite all these booksellers. And one of the guys, this Asian guy, he was like super gung ho, kind of like you on sourcing books. And then a week later, I guess I was doing some sourcing down in Atlanta too. Like, so I joined all the Facebook groups for, I don't even know what it was for. Maybe like Friends of the Library, or like it was some like free library Facebook group that I happened to be in. And somebody took a picture of him unloading all the books into the back of his car, which is like a ridiculous picture. You just see them out of the free library. His car is loaded with books, and they're like, "Look at this asshole who's like stealing from our local free library." And
that's so funny.
I saw you like a week ago at the bookselling conference. Like, good job. I see you hustling. But I think if you go in it with like a vibe of you're just trying to take, and you're obviously not giving something back, like that's a risk you run, and that's a risk you run any time. Like I remember the first time I sourced at Goodwill. It's the only time I've ever been kicked out of a Goodwill. It's probably because I was nervous and I was scanning all the books, and I was taking duds. So ironically, I was helping the store not only like get rid of books, but I was also helping them get rid of books that nobody else who has any experience on Amazon would truly want. So I had this whole cart filled with books, and the Goodwill manager comes up to me and he's like, "You got to get out of here, sir." And I'm like, "Okay." And he probably saved me profit because I was just taking like crappy.
Wow,
you know. But that's the only time it's happened to me. But I think anytime you, especially when you have your volume up on your phone and it's like cha-ching, cha-ching, like making the noise, and you're putting them in your car.
It's my favorite sound.
Like it sounds like you're in a casino in the Goodwill. But
it feels like you're gambling every time you scan it. Do I win the lottery? Do I not? Is it a dud? That's the best way to put it, casino.
So I think just talking to them first, and even like if you change your attitude to like, "Hey, I have all these books in the cart. I want to help you guys move more books. Do you guys have books in the back too?" A lot of times that'll work. Goodwills are hard to do that at. It's called backroom access. But small mom and pops, they know the business. They're for profit. They're trying to make as much money as possible. And when they see you unload boxes of books, they're like, "Yeah, we got more in the back. Like, help us get rid of this because we get way too many book donations." So just switching it from I'm taking to how can I give to the places. It's like a very subtle change, but I truly think that's how you can go about and like change people's mindset on it. Not that it's like a huge deal. I just think starting out, people feel weird, you know?
Yeah. Because it's you've never done it before, so you kind of get used to the process after doing it a couple times, and a few dirty looks later, you kind of get used to it too.
Yeah, 100%. So I think one of the things that made you successful starting out was the fact that you saw somebody else not too much older than you, if we're thinking of the same person, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So he's a few years older than you, young guy. He's doing 20 to 40,000 a month on Amazon. I think you seeing that allowed you. It gave you permission and really like the belief in yourself to do it. And the thing I love about these in-person book selling events like Books and Beyond is you're going to brush shoulders with all different types of people. So if you're a middle-aged woman, there's going to be another middle-aged woman doing 10 times the sales you do. And so it really breaks the limiting belief that, oh, this is, for the young kids, or, oh, this is just for people who have been doing it for 10 years. You just see everybody doing it. We're going to have like the biggest eBay seller on eBay there. He's top
crazy
on as well. Yeah. Crazy. So we have, and then we have like millionaire booksellers. We got people doing 5 million plus a year in textbook sales. We got
it's ridiculous.
And so everybody likes to come here. So we have like our key group of people like from YouTube and all these different Facebook groups who are just kind of starting out, or maybe they have some experience. But then we also have this guy who used to go to the events, Turn the Page events in Chicago. I spoke at that, kind of like you are speaking here. I was young, and I think I was only in business for a year and a half.
Okay.
And I felt so honored to speak. And then there was this one guy who was at that event. He had his own bookstore and everything. He ended up selling his bookstore, still does like $250,000 in sales on Amazon. Wow. But he'll be coming to the event. So we have like the veterans like him coming. And we got the people, like everyone realizes the value of networking. So even like the the eBay guy, like everyone realizes that techniques are always changing. It's who you know in the business. Maybe at one point you land like a huge deal, like you were just telling me about, and you meet someone who can take all the books, and then you can just profit a few thousand by just facilitating the deal.
Yeah.
I remember those. We were at the bar in Vegas at one of these events, and this guy, at the time, it just sounded so crazy to me. He was doing $300,000 a month in textbook sales, and I think I was doing like 10 to 20 maybe, and I felt like I was the shit. Like I was like, I worked so hard for this 10 to 20,000. How is it possible he's doing 300,000? And then after I met him, I launched a consignment textbook business, and that ended up doing close to $1 million each year in sales. So I do think just brushing shoulders with top people in the industry, it just changes your mindset from like, these are just people on YouTube, TikTok, like, you know, trying to hustle us, to like, holy shit, there's like a whole army of people making money doing this. So I'm so passionate about these events. They literally made me who I am, gave me the connections. And so I think it's the number one thing you do is network. And you were fortunate enough to kind of have it fall on your lap with that.
Yeah, I really was. I was.
So excited to have you in Vegas, man. Do you know, I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot here, but do you know what you can share anything you want when it comes to like a topic that you're going to be covering. You can talk about sourcing, you can talk about networking, whatever it is.
Yeah. I mean, my biggest feat that I'm excited to share is just more about, just like you said, you got to fix your mindset. It's ridiculous, not easy, but it's ridiculous how much money you really can make with a different mindset and a different perspective. If you're able to change that perspective and open your eyes to what is possible. Like a week ago, I wasn't even like, we were barely even speaking. Now we're connected through XYZ, and I'm coming to speak at this event, which I'm extremely grateful for. So thank you. I'm super excited for the networking, and hopefully I meet some other cool guys, and I'm excited to meet this 5+ million textbook seller. I don't even know who he is, but I already know I'm going to love talking to him. Yeah. So it's just always, I'm most excited just to share more about the mindset, and just, I mean, you can't miss a lucky day if you show up every day. So yeah, just putting in the work every single day. And I mean, it really does pay. It really does turn around. I mean, 6 months ago, lost 70,000. I had no clue what I was going to do. I turned it all around, and now I'm back up the slope going to the top. So just pushing through.
Yeah, in this business, I feel like one of the things, I've been thinking about this a lot over the last year, like people get their accounts suspended, people go through mass restrictions, people get gated in textbooks. Most people can't sell textbooks now. And all of these are just like literally barriers. They're not like, it's not like the end of the path. It's just like, can I make it past this? And going to events like this, you'll meet people who have like been through so much, who've gotten past the restrictions. You'll meet people who have had their accounts shut down. Like you've had your account shut down, and then because of your network, you were able to like make a better opportunity out of it. So like this opportunity of Amazon is much better when you have a gang of people around you that you can fall back on. So 100%. It's going to look different for everyone. It's not going to look the same, but I could literally like take out a piece of paper and walk you through the last 7 years of my business. And 90% of my connections, at least in the first 3 years, were from in-person events. And then after that, it was kind of like you, how you ran into that guy. And it's arguable that like I wouldn't have had those other connections if I didn't have the first connections that I built. Oh yeah. You know, and it's just a matter of getting those connections. And it's just crazy. Like if you map out, like I've thought about doing it. I just don't want to give away too much information, but literally like everything in my business, from like getting capital to even like when my account was shut down, to getting my account back, to getting it shut down again, to like having someone who let me sell in their account. Like all of it came from in-person events. And so anyway, that's my.
I'm a firm believer in your network is more important than your net worth by miles. Because if you got money, that'll open the door, but that doesn't mean you can get through that door. Your network will open that door, it gets you through the door regardless. So network is one of the most important.
Anybody who has money that started from nothing has a massive network. I don't think those two things are like mutually exclusive, you know. So the only people who maybe if you're like a trust fund kid or something, you got a bunch
or
of
meme coins.
Exactly. Yeah, meme coins better for this generation. Then maybe like you didn't work for it as much. But I'd even argue like those guys, like if you were lucky enough to get a meme coin, there's probably some group you were part of. There was probably telling you to buy it. Maybe you were texting your boys, and so like there's always that level of like knowledge shared through the community. So. Anyway, brother, I'm gonna link your YouTube and your IG below. People can go.
Awesome.
If you want to say what it is real quick, so people can follow you.
My Instagram is Chase_B_Davis, and my YouTube will be linked down below as well. So, great coming on, great talking to you, and I'm super excited for everyone that's going to come out and get the network and learn a thing or two.
Get your tickets at booksandbeyondcon.com. They're only going to go up in price, and see you in Vegas.
Awesome.